is HDB an asset? Okay, Indra, pick up the mic, please.
Okay, 3 minutes.
See confident on the face.
Okay lah.
Hello.
Me again?
3 minutes.
Me again?
Indra, you say start, we start.
Okay, start. Hi. Hey, pay attention. What are you doing on your phone?
Huh?
You address my dear friend. Stop.
Okay.
My dear
Do I
friend.
need to go in the background?
My dear friends, right now I own a HDB and I'm paying a monthly mortgage of about $1,000. By upgrading to a $1 million condo, maybe like a 2-bedroom, my installment increases to $3,000 a month, not including maintenance, and there's higher commitment expected to it, and then and like the expenses is a lot higher. I can't keep up with the same lifestyle that I had when I have a HDB, and yeah, everything else apart from my property will be affected. Like everything, like my lifestyle will be affected. So that's why I'm keeping my HDB.
3 minutes, let's continue.
Right.
If you want to snatch the mic, then you can snatch the mic.
You wanna snatch the mic? You can snatch the
I mean,
mic.
they can.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
All right.
You can't read your handwriting. You really cannot read your handwriting.
Right. Also, as compared, no, it's fine, it's fine. I just read whatever I can read. Right. Also, as compared to a condo, right? The space that I can afford if I get a HDB, if I keep my HDB, is a lot better. I have bigger space as a HDB owner. Like if I compare it to the same price. Oh, I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah. Anyway, you get what I mean. Affordability for space is a lot better when you buy a HDB or when you keep a HDB. So families that are bigger will find it difficult to want to upgrade to a condo. So that's why they prefer to keep a HDB. Also, another thing is that if I were to invest all my cash or my assets into private property, the commitment is high, the cost is high. So most likely I'll be putting all of my eggs in one basket because as an upgrader, like a private property is quite a stretch for me, and this will make me less liquid to invest in other investment instruments. And also there's a time lag of about 3 years until I can actually see anything materialize. I can read that. Sorry?
Okay, no point in pass over.
Okay, I go. Pass over.
And also,
So Sean must
Oh,
learn to
okay.
listen and address his concern.
哇，他们这样讲这样多 point， 我来听不到
Then you must listen lah, you must listen not just whatever he say just now, what have you heard and how do you address his concern.
you can choose to give up.
I'm
So
not
if
sure
you
what
choose to give up, then you all lose lah, then you cost security
Okay.
now. So when you are ready, you say start. If you have nothing to say already, you just tell me, then I'll just stop the timer. But you have 3 minutes lah, max. Okay?
Okay. So hi Indra. So thanks for addressing these issues. For affordability for space. Wait. Okay, let's talk about the putting all the money into assets can't liquidify part lah. So when you buy a property, right, for both HDB and resale, for both HDB or private, you still can't liquidify your assets, what? Correct. I mean, if you are putting your money into a basket, correct? Once you buy a property.
Right.
So if you are talking about making money in long term, okay, private property is better choice. Right now, why? Because firstly, let me give you a case study lah.
Oh, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah. So the accrued interest in CPF actually is higher than the capital interest. So the case study is we have an owner buying a HDB at year 1999 at 370k. So they actually use their CPF to finish paying the house on year 2003. So at 2019, how much do you think they have their CPS interest return to their CPF, like to their OA account?
So can
So
I
it's
must keep quiet all the way.
Just listen.
Oh, okay.
okay. Ah.
你现在来
It's 680k. 680k. So during this period of time, do you think they actually earn? No. So they still have to top up 200k in cash. In the end, to sell at 480k. Yeah.
So if you can touch on Indra, what Indra said just now, affordability for space. So he said the HDB is bigger than private condominium, you were saying, right? What was he saying?
Yeah, he's
He
saying
said-
like HDB got bigger space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you see, then you can tell him that because the demographic for Singapore population, the family size is shrinking.
You
So
cannot help what.
no, you have to do something like that. So pertaining to the point, you just like what you also pertaining to what the point Sean you just said. I disagree with you when you said da 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 da. No, this is how you debate.
So you
Okay.
Pertaining to
Sure.
your point,
You
you have to
don't
listen and
start
then you
a
write
new
down.
one, right?
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can start a new one, but you can also
So-
adjust
Must
it.
close the
Affordability
case first.
Yeah.
for space, of course.
Okay,
Accept
okay,
inflation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what to say. I got nothing to say.
Okay, you must debate
So
the
I ask,
point.
so must like how to say must adjust back to the point.
Yeah,
Yes, you
like
can address
it's a
or you
debate
can.
what. If not, it's a one-way thing. You have
The
to
point is
debate.
always is HDB and asset.
因为刚才在你讲嘛，putting 那个 assets then cannot liquidify，他就要跟他 explain 了。哦，actually 如果你这样想的话是错的，in the long run 你是会输钱。
没有，
要到
它是
天
actually different thing. 因为 okay, why he mean that putting all the money in one basket because the outlay for HDB and the outlay for private is so big different what. So if I put my money in a HDB, I have extra cash to put in investment. Whereby if I put everything into a private, I don't have extra cash to pay for my other investment
Straight away
avenue mah.
Then you must straight away rebut because that is his concern mah. How do you counter this concern once you hear his concern? So all these points you list down, sometimes you will use, sometimes you will not use one.
okay.
It's just that he bring up something, then you counter, then you can bring up something again.
Sure. Okay, right? Elwin.
Okay?
Okay, then 你可以 transfer 回那个 CPF。你 take the mic, bro.
So you all need to keep on writing down whatever they say.
Yeah.
So 你可以来表回他。So the first one address again.
CPF 是个 code，就到高。
所以全部填落喺 CPF，所以他 cash out 之後就沒有錢，全部在 CPF。到底現在在我的頭兜裡
After that, I move on next topic. After that, I move on next topic.
啊，对，在 counter 是个
Let's welcome Sheena.
Okay, start.
Okay, so just to address your earlier point just now on the accrued interest for the CPF, right? So, but what if the owner has no interest to sell? Then the money will be locked in the CPF also doesn't affect me. Okay, let's just now the point that he mentioned about the the accrued interest. Yeah, so but if you have no interest to sell, right, then the money locked into the CPF wouldn't affect me. Yeah.
money locked into the CPF won't affect
What?
me.
It's still his money mah. I'm not looking to sell.
Okay, next.
Okay, so moving on to the next point. So for if now recently the government just introduced the enhanced EHG lah. So if I were to buy a resale flat at 500,000, right, I can actually have an additional grant of up to 160,000. Yeah, so you wouldn't actually get that if you were to buy a private property. Yeah.
1 minute 30 seconds.
Paying.
Any points that Sean brought up just now you want to
Counter already, then I move on to the next one.
then you
Ah.
put on and
Move on next. Add already ma.
Give a summary why HDB is best.
Yes, just still saying what HDB is acceptable.
讲 debate，你 debate 到厉害吗？
you speak as if you are talking to a client. Yeah, the tonality, everything.
Lester.
back 啊，我就是 address 回刚才的。
Nothing to say, yeah.
If not, then you can end it lah.
I end it lah. Pass on. Pass on there.
Oh my god.
This is too strong leh. Our pointers are already really very strong. I feel you don't really need to. Okay, Geraldine.
That is discussion time.
No discussion already.
Okay, so Geraldine wants to
所以我
ready.
要 address 回他刚才的 questions right？
Okay, 我给你一个 strong 的，Lester 啦，我给你一个 strong 的 supporter。Lester 的 argument 比较 strong，他们是 why HDB is not an asset. Then just now, Alvin brought up that which point?
Money in CPF still my money doesn't affect me.
Yeah, money in CPF is still my money doesn't affect me. Okay, 等一下啊。Then which one?
什么
EHG
160 grand probability can't pay you.
Okay, so HDB got grant, private property no grant. So they use this point to argue that HDB is an asset. So now it's Geraldine's turn. She have to argue that HDB is not an asset based on 这两个。
你去吃早餐啊！你去吃早餐。
Okay, I think before you talk, go and change your shirt. Your shirt too tight.
Next one. Okay, Geraldine.
Okay.
不要紧，你说。I give you 10 seconds discussion 啊。
没有，所以我现在可以回去那个 topic 吗？不可以，就是回去这两个而已。
你没有，你 counter 我了，counter 我的 concern 了，你再 add 一个新的 topic 啦。
So now learn to listen to the.
Because if you
因为
can
is a debate 嘛，
counter,
你是要一直 counter 回吗？
所以把那刚才的嘞，他没有 counter 到的东西嘞。
没有，你先 counter 刚才他讲什么，然后你才来 add 回。
因为如果你没有 counter, which means you agree with him.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't counter his point, it means that you are agreeing with him. 你懂我在讲什么吗？ This is a debate. You have to push him down.
Okay.
对不对 ？Then you got nothing to, if you nothing to say his point, then 你就 go to your next point. I mean, you agree with him for that one.
Whichever is more compelling. So later we will, after this we do one more round of the HDB one.
Okay.
So do one more
Okay.
round.
Start.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Alvin.
My dear friends.
Yeah, my dear friends. Okay. Do you agree with me, right? If you park your money all in the CPF account, right, you cannot actually cash out and leverage on your CPF to bring you more assets.
他不能讲话现在。
他不可以讲话。
And
好，自问自答。OK
Then
OK。
you can answer based on using examples.
cannot.
Example. Okay. So for example, if you were to
Wouldn't it be better if someone actually replies her? Like if whether they agree or they don't agree.
But it's after that already, what? Then it's her turn, ma. Her turn to say she agree or don't agree, ma.
The debate is one side shoot all the way, then the other side, then after
Then
that
must learn to listen, ma. So like for example, Alvin keep shooting. Then Geraldine will write down all the points and shoot back. So actually it should be very fast because you must have all the pointers at the back of your head already.
Yeah.
So if you talk about CPF, Geraldine must have something to counter because these are all the concerns our owners will have, ma. So off the mind, you know what to say. So maybe Geraldine bring up another point about CPF, then will be Bernice's turn. Bernice will write down everything she say. Then Bernice will shoot back. So it's back and forth lah. Okay, continue. I start the stopwatch again.
Okay, so like what Sean mentioned just now, we actually have a client, right? Actually bought a property 370,000 during 1999. Okay, then he actually want to sell, fully paid the house during 2003. When he want to sell now, right? The amount of money that he need to return to CPF is actually 680,000. So on top of the sales price of 480,000, he need to top up another 200,000 to pay back to CPF OA account. So instead of using your property to make money, right, you are actually paying back to the CPF, government CPF account. So you cannot actually fully utilize your money to make more money. 是不是这样 ？OK， 我不知道讲什么。
不可以。
How you should be done,
Okay.
Okay.
You give an example something like, okay, you see, right now in 1999, you must be convincing, you must be confident. This is how you talk to your client, what?
Okay.
In 1999, my client bought a unit for 370,000, and then it was sold subsequently how much?
480.
480,000. Do you know that actually the accrued interest make this a negative sale? Which means the capital appreciation for HDB cannot cover the accrued interest. But let's put it this way, in 1999, had she bought a condominium at 500,000, it would have easily been 800 or 900,000 now. It would have made a capital appreciation, a profit of approximately 300 over thousand in cash back to her. But because she bought a HDB, it becomes a negative sale. But had she bought at the same time a condominium, she would have made a profit of about 300,000 cash in hand. So this means that HDB is a depreciating asset which wouldn't yield you any cash at the end of the day. You know what? This is how you should present. It's not just the facts, it's the way you present. This is a client. You don't present this to your client like that one. You're not confident, man. You even if you are not sure, you have to be confident. The delivery.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. So the delivery, see the difference is very big difference. 你要给人家那个 confident 嘛，你的 client 是那边you have to convince her that 不要买 HDB， 买 condominium. This is how you should bring it across.
Okay.
Okay, so Geraldine 你 end 了对吗
Yes.
Okay, then 到
Let's Bernice show it how it's done.
他已经想不到完了。
这个是那个 super zoom 是
Actually,
吗
alternatively, when you talk to your client, you can also show her two things, which is you can show her a case study of someone who buy a HDB during this point of time, and in 2003 her house fully paid already, so when in 2009 she want to sell, right, this is her loss. What you can actually do is to do another case study,
You can do a summary later.
of a private property. So this person who bought a private property, this person who bought a private property at 1999, okay, during that point of time, she bought a private property at 500,000. So she used, let's say she was to service a monthly mortgage, how much more extra would she actually be paying a month? So by then in 2019, right, what's her scenario when she wants to sell a house? What's the value of the house now, less of the accrued interest, what's the private property price? Give two options to the owner and ask the owner, which situation would you want to be in? Now if you have a choice, which situation would you want to be in? Rather than tell them that no, your HDB is a depreciating asset, you should sell a HDB. If you keep a HDB, you'll lose your money. Let people will feel very well, but if you give them two options on the table and let them choose which one, if now you have a choice, which situation would you want to be in? Yeah. So last time we don't know about this, but now if I can put to you two real life case scenario here, right? Okay, which situation would you want to be in? Can you really afford to upgrade to a private property and in the future still cash out when you want with a positive cash flow? You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. Rather than you throw to the person and know your HDB is a depreciation asset, you have to sell HDB now. If you don't sell now, next time you're going to lose money. Let people will feel, the more you go against people, the more they will tarik, the more they will feel that the barrier is there. But if you give them an option on the table, it may give you it may let them feel more comfortable. You see that this is a
You
real
came in
situation.
and talked too much already,
Wise
forgot
words
everything.
from the monkey.
Huh?
Wise words from the monkey.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's Bernice.
Actually, okay, start. Actually, I have no intention to sell right now. So what you told me earlier doesn't link up to me
Which
at
point?
all. About the money locked into the CPF when I sell lor. So I have no intention to sell right now. So what you told me earlier about, if I sell, the money will be locked in the CPF, it doesn't affect me at all. HDB is an asset to me and to my children. If I die, there's an insurance which the mortgage will be fully paid and the HDB will be passed to my children. So my children when I pass away, my children can have worry free and stay in the HDB. If they want to sell, they can actually take out my CPF also from the property. So why is it not an asset? And then if you say that I can't leverage on the CPF because it's locked in the HDB, it's also locked in a private property, what? If I buy a private property, you ask me to use CPF, my CPF also will be locked there and also accrued interest will be locked there. So I think it's the same thing. Yeah. And then using property to make money. Now I'm not talking about using my HDB to make money. I'm only looking at it as an asset and a roof over my head. So I don't want to think about so much cash flow because now I have a very comfortable space and I'm paying a very comfortable mortgage. So I don't want to have so much more cash flow and it will affect my lifestyle. And if I'm staying here for so many years, I'm already familiar with this mature estate and I'm having a very good location and space. So if I were to buy a condo at the same location and this kind of size, I'm sure it will be very expensive. Yeah. So in summary, we are very comfortable staying in this flat with such a low mortgage, and my mortgage is also insured by the HDB because I'm taking the HDB loan. So if anything happened to me, I don't have to worry that my kids have no roof to stay. I don't want to be paying a high mortgage, and then if anything happened to me, I have to worry whether my kids can tahan the mortgage or not. And we are very comfortable with this size, comfortable with the mortgage that we are paying monthly, and we are not trying to use this HDB to earn money. But down the road, even if I were to rent out this house, I'm sure my HDB will get a better rental yield than any of the condo that you are telling me to get into. Yeah, that's all.
My dear friends. Yeah, so start with that. Okay, so Venice, you said that you have no intention to sell at the moment because you are very comfortable staying in your HDB, right? And it can be passed down as an asset to you or your children, right? But have you ever thought that HDB, because it's a 99-year lease, so there is a depreciating problem which wasn't commonly aware, which many people wasn't very aware of it until the recent years, where Lawrence Wong mentioned that 4% of HDB will be en bloc, the rest will just be maybe subjected to the SERS, which is maybe only implemented in 20 or 30 years time. What this means is, today the value of your flat is let's say your 5-room is 600,000, but can it be worth the same 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road when you pass it to your children? What happens if there is a change of lifestyle? They need to sell the place. They need to move to another location. Would that be able to help them? The flat that you pass to them is maybe is slightly older, and the value might not be as much as today. So another point is you mentioned about the CPF, whether if HDB or private is the same to you because you'll still be in your account. But what if today you sell your HDB, the husband and you and your husband, you take back 200,000 CPF each in your account. And let's say if you use one name to get a private property for your own stay and the next one for investment, you can actually use this to leverage and grow your build up your value and your asset through property itself lah. So this can be one of the options you explore, but nothing wrong if you really want to continue to stay in your HDB at a comfortable and spacious space. But what I want to highlight is, today if you were to buy a HDB and 20 years down the road, and if I were to buy a condo today, 20 years down the road, what would be the impact? The capital appreciation that you mentioned about the rental yield, that HDB, the rental yield is way higher. And likewise, I would maybe point back to the first point of the 99-year problem, because you can continue to rent it at, let's say, 4% a year, but let's say 5 years down the road, I have an owner, let's say at older estates, let's say at Holland Village, they used to have a flat that is worth 450,000. They could sell it in year 2000, but now do you know what is the resale value over there? It has actually depreciated to 350,000. So within this 8 or 9 years, it actually lost 100K compared to the rental that you can get. So is this a good approach, by keeping it to rent it forever, or we can actually swap it for a better opportunity cost and get a flat that can actually help us to earn through capital appreciation?
Okay, time's up. Okay, so this is round one of the debate. The points must